At the end of the by-election in the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency, the Electoral Commission is pleased to announce that the conduct of the polls in all 137 polling stations was peaceful, smooth, and orderly. The Electoral Commission staff, as well as the security agents at the polling stations, conducted themselves in an orderly and professional manner. All our biometric verification devices deployed to the field worked efficiently, and our materials were not in short supply. Polling started on time. All polling stations were set up in readiness for the activities of the day by 6:40 a.m. All in all, the Electoral Commission is pleased with the outcome of the election conducted at the polling stations. We wish to congratulate our election officials, our staff at the Ayawaso District Office, and last but not least, the staff of our Greater Accra Regional Directorate. We also like to thank the staff at the headquarters. And we would like to also use this occasion to respond to the preliminary findings by the observer group CODEO on the conduct of the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency by-election. The attention of the Electoral Commission has been drawn to a report on the conduct of the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency by-election issued by the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers on Thursday, January 31st, 2019. Whilst the Commission recognizes the important role of local election observers in ensuring fairness and accountability in the electoral process, the Commission would have expected CODEO to have given the overall picture of the conduct of the polls, i.e. the credibility of the voters' register. The Commission would have also expected them to provide some information on the voting process of the day, the conduct of the electoral officials, as well as the counting and declaration of results, among others. The Commission has taken note of the contents of CODEO's report and responds as follows. On the allegation of a shooting incident at the La Bawaleshi area, the Commission rejects the attempts by the report of CODEO to link the Electoral Commission to the alleged incident at the private residence of the parliamentary candidate of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. The Commission wishes to state that the said shooting incident did not take place in any of the polling stations in the constituencies, and therefore did not in any way disrupt the conduct of the overall poll. In this respect, the Commission strongly disassociates itself from the alleged acts of violence that occurred at the La Bawaleshi area. 2. Allegation of intimidation by security personnel. We wish to reject the assertion that the presence of an armed security, immigration and fire service officials disrupted the conduct of the polls. It is important to stress that none of the EC's security officers in any of the 137 polling stations across the constituency were armed, giving voters the free will to exercise their right to vote. Indeed, these security officers were positioned well away from the booths and did not in any way, in the opinion of the Commission, serve as intimidation to incoming voters. Number 3, attack on the security personnel at the prison's JSS polling station. The Commission wishes to state that the alleged attack on a police officer by national security personnel, as stated in the CODEO report, is untrue. The Commission's check with these election officials, that is the presiding officers at the polling stations, as well as the district electoral officer in charge of the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency, proves contrary to CODEO's assertion. The Commission therefore condemns in no uncertain terms attempts by sections of the society to link it with the alleged acts of violence. As a Commission, our focus and our mandate is to conduct credible, transparent, fair elections that will uphold the will of the people as witnessed in all 137 polling stations at the constituency. The Commission abhors any form of violence in elections and condemns the acts of violence that took place at the private residence of the parliamentary candidate of the National Democratic Congress. As a Commission, we see elections as a simple process that affords voters the free will of selecting their leaders in an atmosphere of peace. We therefore once again wish to disassociate ourselves from any acts of violence and to state that our security personnel who were deployed to the 137 polling stations were peaceful and did not engage in any acts of violence or any misconduct to mar the poll. We encourage the good people of Ghana to partner and work with the Commission to strengthen our electoral processes and to uphold our democracy. In spite of police presence at our regional offices, the collation process was once again disrupted and taken over by political party leaders and supporters, and the results declared for both constituencies without due process being followed. In the case of Okaigwe Central, a winner was declared without collating results from 31 polling stations. In the case of the Ablekuma North constituency, a winner was declared without collating results from 62 polling stations. This is unacceptable. It is important to note that the declarations made by our staff were made under threat, and the Commission considers this as illegal. Those declarations, as well as others that have gone on in other constituencies, will not be upheld by the Commission. Dear citizens, it is for this reason that the Commission met with the Ghana Police Service once again to re-examine the nature of the security arrangements being provided by the police. The Commission was desirous to protect its staff as well as its electoral collation process. Following the engagement with the police, it was agreed that the Tesano Police Depot would be used as the collation center for all outstanding collations, including Ablekuma North, Okaigwe Central, Tema Central, Domikwabenya, Nsawam, Aduajiri, Ekwetia, Fantiakwa North, Suhum, Techiman South, Obuasi East, Ahafo Ano North, Ahafo Ano South West. The political parties were duly informed once again to nominate 2 agents per constituency to observe the collation process. Unfortunately, the collation process for only 3 constituencies were successfully completed, and they are Akwetia, Fantiakwa North, and the Suhum constituencies. The returning officers in all the 3 constituencies I have just mentioned were allowed for the first time to carry out their work without interference. This enabled them to complete the collation and declare the true outcomes of the election. Though the collation for the Nsawam Aduajiri at the police depot was well advanced on Thursday, the 12th of December 2024, the parties agreed to put the collation on hold until the following day, which was Friday, the 13th of December 2024. Unfortunately, the collation did not take place in spite of the presence of our teams at the collation center, that is the Tesano Police Depot. This was because the Ghana Police Service informed the Commission that their intelligence reports showed that party supporters were planning to besiege the police depot. They thus advised that the process be discontinued. Ladies and gentlemen, though the Commission was determined to complete the said collation processes in the 9 constituencies on that Friday, the 13th of December, it could not do so without the assurance of the police. In the absence of that, the collation process planned for that Friday was called off in the evening, as mentioned earlier. The Commission is of the view that had the process been allowed to continue, we would have successfully concluded the collation processes and declared the outcomes of the election by now. In the light of that development, and as a result of putting the collation process scheduled for that Friday on hold, the Commission once again met with the Ghana Police Service on Monday, the 16th of December 2024 to agree on a new date. At the meeting, the Commission proposed Wednesday, the 18th of December 2024. At that meeting, the police indicated that they could no longer provide the Tesano Police Depot as the location for the collation process. It was agreed that new locations in Accra and Kumasi would be designated for the police for the collation process. The actual locations and time were communicated to the police on Tuesday, the 17th of December. The police assured the Commission of its full cooperation and readiness to enable us complete the collation processes. However, later that Tuesday, the 17th of December, the police in the letter to the Commission indicated that once again their intelligence reports had revealed planned unrests by party supporters for both Accra and Kumasi, making it difficult for them to guarantee the security of the collation process as earlier planned. This has put our efforts to complete the collation process at a standstill. It is important to note that contrary to the narrative that the Commission staff have not been ready, our staff have been fully aligned and ready and poised to complete their task. Indeed, all our teams from the regions, the Eastern region, the Ashanti region, were all at the Tesano Police Depot to carry out their tasks and to bring it to a completion. And this has been, their readiness has been in spite of the beatings and threats they have received. I must note that they have been, in spite of the face of the beatings and threats, they have been determined and have shown resolve to carry out their functions and have fully cooperated with the police to ensure the full completion of the collation process for their respective constituencies. The Commission lauds their courage and dedication to duty. To all our staff, both permanent and temporary, where collation centers were brought to a standstill, to staff who were beaten and threatened, our hearts go out to you. We say, Ayiko, we applaud your courage and your resolve to do the right thing in the face of death threats. Your courage has encouraged the majority of us to keep going on and to keep doing what is right for God and country. In the view of the Commission, upholding such unlawful collations and declarations will set a bad precedent for our country and set us back to the dark days. I don't believe that as a country, this is where we should want to go. What it implies is that anyone who has force or might can take over a collation process and declare himself or herself as a member of parliament or a president. As a country, we should not go down that slippery slope. We therefore use this occasion to humbly call on the President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as well as our President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to intervene in this matter so as to ensure that the Commission is provided with the necessary security and protection to carry out its functions. We also call on the National Election Security Task Force to come together to put in place arrangements to ensure that our staff and our processes are protected and secured in a way that will ensure that the true outcomes of our processes reflect the will of the people as expressed on the pink sheets. We conclude by reiterating that as a Commission, our mandate is not to make anybody a president or a member of parliament. Our mandate, as mentioned earlier, is simply to conduct credible, transparent and fair processes that uphold the choice of voters. The elections on the 7th of December 2024 is a testament of that assertion. We'd like to finally call on the citizens of Ghana to support us in our bid to carry out our mandate. May God bless all of you, and may God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong.